I was 6 years old when the Blitz came and took our home, and I'm in trauma now over it. 60 years on, it's all coming back to me now of what happened there that fateful night. Mum said there's sirens just sounded, coats on, coats over our pyjamas, 3 children and Mum running all as fast as we could up to Devonport Park. And then hearing the bombs coming down, thinking any minute that you're going to be blown up. And as I looked around, I happened to turn towards where we'd just come from, opposite the Forum Cinema, to see it all ablaze. We didn't sort of consider that we'd lost our home, and that all we were thinking about was our lives and would we live to tell another day. The following morning, I think we all had to go in buses to St Mary's Church Hall at Plimpton, and we're bedded down with blankets and given food to eat. But that was the last we saw of Devonport then for some time. It was a nightmare, it really was. And I don't know how all the people who came through it got through it, really.
Most people owe their lives to air raid shelters that were built all over the city. Exploring these is another one of Steve's passions.
1, 2, 3. We're in. Look at these spiders, look. These are mental. Whenever you go for a walk on the Hoe or anywhere in the part of the city that was there during World War II, you will only be at the very most 5 minutes away from somewhere underground to hide and narrate. And most of those places are still there, but just hidden by 6 inches of concrete. And to me, that's fantastic.
Take it easy. What we're looking for is any graffiti or imagery of the era.
Okay.
What have we got here? We got a parachute with somebody on the end.
Yeah.
And the person is saying, help.
Wow.
To me, that's pretty fantastic.
That is amazing, isn't it?
It doesn't come much better than this. A V for victory sign.
Wow.
When you find these, they're always done incredibly well.
Yeah.
As if they were making a statement.
Yeah.
We will win.
Yeah.
So to Plymouth, this is hallowed land. This is where Plymouth people talked about their post-war aspiration. It's where they thought, when it's all over, I will do this. I guess it was a conversation of possibilities.
The city centre today is a tribute to the people who survived and had the courage and vision to rebuild their future. When the last all clear sounded, many thought Plymouth would never recover. But the city fathers were already one step ahead. They published their plans to rebuild as early as 1943. And by 1951, the first new shops were open for business. But occasionally we still get a glimpse of how it must have felt to live amongst the ruins.
I watched that machine up there the other week and just tearing it apart. It takes my memory right back as soon as I see concrete coming down and dust everywhere and that, you know. The only difference being the smell. In the Blitz, we had the smell of burnt timbers nearly all the time in our nostrils. There's people in our age group, you know, that get carried back to it.
Coming up next, we'll discover that Plymouth's wartime spirit is still very much alive and kicking, as we meet the communities who are pulling together to achieve their dreams.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mrs. Pratt.